Hi, everyone. Welcome to our show. My name's Christine Chang.
My name is Shining.
Damn, I wish I just had a first name.
My real name is Shining Song. Yeah, I should be a stripper.
We're in Shining's house today. Thanks for my warm cup of water. She asked if I wanted ice. I said, I'm Asian. I do not want ice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Asian in that way, in that I want it to be warm.
Exactly. Yeah. When I was younger, I always liked ice Coke and ice water. And my mom or, other old like aunts and stuff would say, you're going to regret. You should just have warm water, tea and things like that. You shouldn't drink ice water, especially on your periods. And I was like, what kind of fucking voodoo shit is this? I never believed them. I was like, okay, there's a whole bunch of other culture that don't drink warm water. But yeah, I'm getting to that age now. Like it does make a difference.
It's just what's natural or not. Like ice water is not natural to drink.
Yeah.
Like, what's your internal body temperature?
And if it's too cold, then your body has to take extra energy to warm it up.
Yes.
That was the logic behind it.
Well, there is truth to that. And it depends. Everyone's different as well. I saw an Ayurvedic doctor, which is more similar to Eastern medicine. And for me, he was saying room temperature, warm is better for you.
These days, I'm only drinking like tea, goji berry, all the shit that I made fun of when I was younger. Like one of these like aunts and uncles doing.
Oh, totally.
With their like a go-to.
It's like a glass bottle with the tea leaves.
Yeah.
Tiger Balm. Do you use that? I used to
Tiger Balm. Oh God, that works.
It does work. I used to hate the smell. Well, I was like, ugh. But now I like it. It smells so clean.
Yeah. And then the herbs, tea, the smell, and and then the
ginseng.
Yeah.
I love ginseng tea.
It's too early for me.
I have a question. Do you put water in mugs all the time? Do you ever use glasses, clear glasses?
I put beer in clear glasses.
But what if I asked for a cold glass of water? Would you put it in a mug?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because that's very Asian. It's very Asian that they'll put it in a mug.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I never really thought about it.
Yeah, you learn a lot about someone when you go over there.
Exactly.
Home. This is my first time here.
My home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, this is my first time here too.
All right, what do you want to talk about today?
We're gonna go right into it. Where the cliche, Asian women married to white man gangs. We've been made fun of online, and haters accusing of as supporting white supremacy.
Yes. What are some of the things that people say to you when you get those hater messages regarding who you married?
Oh, not another Asian woman with a white man. Like your situation is different. Like you are born here. Like you're Asian born.
I still get
Chinese.
it though.
Yeah. Like for me, it's an added layer of, she wants green card. Which I did. And then, like supporting white supremacy and all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh, actually.
No, it is.
Yeah, I'm like, I made a bit about it. You can check it out, shameless plug, on my TikTok. And I said, I married him because I support charity. He didn't come from money. Like he grew up in Harlan, Kentucky, the North Korea of America, and grew up in trailer. And so that it's like it's funny to me that, okay, if I really wanted status, I wouldn't marry a hillbilly from middle of nowhere. What about you and you and Pete?
I've gotten messages before saying like, why would you continue this narrative? Oh, another Asian girl that chooses a white guy. Why would you do that? I find it a little sad because anytime there's hater messages, it comes from someone who's like unhealed, unhappy, who feels the need to project something onto a stranger on the internet, making assumptions. And I think from what I hear from a lot of the comments is like they assume I don't like Asian guys or that white people are superior.
It says a lot about them than you.
I agree. And I did a video once on it too, just I like to be clear. Also, I kind of like to make people wrong too, but I said it in a very, just matter of fact way of why I married my husband. I married him because I married him. There was a lot of factors, timing, the regular reasons you marry someone. Timing, similar values, you're attracted to them. And just because I'm attracted to one white guy doesn't mean I'm not attracted to any Asian guys, because I've dated across the board. I was a hoe, okay? I've dated across the board. Amazing Asian guys, amazing Latin guys, all over the place, okay? And it just happens that the person I chose is white.
Exactly. Yeah, I have to say you're very calm. Your energy is very calm. Because when I see these comments, I'm like, God damn it, God's me fired up, but in a way, it fuels me, and it gives me a lot of ideas.
It
to
inspires you.
inspire me to talk more shit.
No, then it's perfect for you. It's perfect for your career. For me, I try to ignore it, or if I'm feeling like it, and I see. Here's the thing: I don't like an unregulated nervous system. When people lash out, no one close in my life, like my immediate circle, none of them, or they all have a regulated nervous system. And that takes work to do. You have to heal from your traumas and things to learn how to self-regulate. And the people who are lashing out like that, that's why I kind of feel bad, because they haven't learned to do that. And it's a miserable life.
Yeah.
If you live a life like that, super reacted, you can argue. That's fine. I'm fine disagreeing and having conversation, but when you lash out at people, I'm not okay with that. But if I don't know them, like it's TikTok or it's like the interwebs.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I'm glad I started doing the online stuff later in life, because it would affect me in a very negative way early in my 20s.
Can you imagine in high school or your early 20s what it can do about how you see yourself?
Yeah, like I would either kill myself or start school shooting or some shit. Cut that out. I don't know if that joke is gonna land.
No, but it's unless you're.
But hey, the Catholic Church is worse than school shooters.
This is one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast with you, is because I just want to laugh. Can I just laugh? Like, do we always have to talk about heavy things and analyzing things? Can I just enjoy my life for a second? And I think, I don't know, just having an intention of going into something where you could laugh with someone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's how like I kind of started it, because I went through a rock bottom, and then I realized, for me at least, I have to laugh at these pain so they don't control me. And that's how like I started doing like the bids and stuff, and it started just me renting and getting some followings. I was like, oh shit, people find me funny just by talking shit.
So
it's like, yo, this is a skill. It's an art form, and I didn't realize. But yeah, anyways, so I was gonna say, I'm peeking at my notes. So my background, I grew up in China, and I came here, not in California, but the South. I went to school in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of Southern. So yeah, like I knew, we talked about it. I knew that I was coming here in America because, I didn't do well in school, and this was my route. And before I came here, me and my best friend, we were like, yo, let's stop dating Chinese men and then try different varieties, since you're, gonna be in, America, and your like dating pool is large now. So that was pretty much it. Like, I wasn't like, yo, I will have to date a white guy or something like that. To me, like, it's kind of like a bro mentality, It's like, yo, the world, I have unlimited options. I dated a lot too. It wasn't that, okay, I treasure like a white man or something. It just happened that him and I, like, we clicked, and then he's like a real emotionally stable guy. Just a reason that you marry a guy. That's it.
What are the values that your husband has? Like, why did you choose him?
I didn't know I wasn't looking for that characters. It just from my past dating experience, I knew what won't work for me.
Okay, what
So
won't work?
Like I don't know, like bitchiness or something, like mood swing. Like I've dated guys that act more like a bitch than I did. What do you want for dinner? And it was always me like, okay, we can do this, and he'll be like, nah. And I come up with like 5 different options, and he'll just be in a mood or something. Like I felt like he was on his period a lot more than I did, you feel? So that annoyed me because I possess a little bit more like a male energy than he did, and I didn't like that. I don't know if the feminists will agree with this, but I like to get dominated,
I like to.
choked, whooped, spaned, told what to do. I need a man to take charge and let me just, be goofy and act crazy. And that's the energy like he give me. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, well, that's masculine, feminine energy. Well, you say in your previous relationships you were maybe more the masculine one, but women, well, not all women, I'll say you and I, like to be in our feminine. I do want to be the crazy, chaotic one. And I also have dated men who are very fiery. And this is not to say that they're not allowed to have emotions, and everyone can have their moment. But if you're the more fiery one and I'm always the one reeling you in, like I'm the grounded one, that's not sexy to me. Like I want a guy who's like a rock.
Yeah.
Like that trait is more masculine to me. And so that's one of the reasons I chose Pete as well. He is like my rock, and he gives me the space to be me, which was, I think that's important to both you and I, because we're very free-spirited and very self-expressed. And I think maybe that's why I don't want to generalize, so before someone asks me. But in general, if the Asian man is more traditional,
Yeah, I'm gonna get into
and
that.
their families, they might not be comfortable with a woman like that.
Yo, yeah. So the New York trip I just had, one of the girls said she's half white and half Asian, and she dated I think a Korean, half Korean guy. Anyways, I don't know again the details. But so she said when first time she met his parents, they said, "Oh, you don't have constitution." I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think for Asian parents, like, we're more traditional and want women or a daughter-in-law to act in a certain way, like, just like the mother, because she was taught to take care of cooking, cleaning, take care of the men and all that. It's pretty similar to all like East Asian culture, like Japanese, Korean, Chinese. Yeah, this is gonna get a little deep. I don't want to make it too sad about it, but I think for me, one of the things really fucked me up with my own culture and men in Chinese culture is I didn't have a good father figure role model growing up. Like my dad cheated, all of his homies cheated because they made some money, and all the businessmen, they go to like karaoke's with a whole bunch of hoes, and what I'm saying, that's a big
That is
culture
the
there.
thing. Yeah, my dad has told me about that too. He's with his friends, and he's like karaoke and
Drinking.
and they say the girls just come in, take off their clothes, and like people, they just go to the bathroom and have quickies and stuff.
Yeah.
He said himself, he's like, I'm scared of STDs. I'm not gonna do that.
But just suck my dick is fine, but like, sorry, I didn't mean like make you picture that image. That's gross. The disrespect my father had for me, because he would bring me to dinner meetings and all that, and with different side hoes. I've seen few of his side hoes. I was maybe 6th grade or 5th grade, but I knew what that was. And just the sheer disrespect that he didn't even bother to hide it.
Yeah.
And it was really rough on me. I was a little girl, and I had to make a decision if I should tell my mother. 'Cause like he told me, don't tell her, like he would give me a lot of allowance and, things like that. Try to, hush, hush. Maybe if I was a boy, probably would. But like, yeah, so I decided to tell my mother. I think she knew. It's just that she needed somebody to just confirm that and then tell her. I think because I did that, she couldn't ignore that anymore. So she wanted a separation from him. And oh man, like I saw my dad just a whole bunch of like emotions after my mom said she wanted to separate. He would cry, he would get upset, and he tried all kinds of different manipulations to keep my mother. And when the crying didn't work, he would say the ugliest shit to my mother. Like, oh, you have a man out there? Is that why you want a divorce? That must be why. Because like this is just normal. Like all men act like this. Why couldn't you? Like all of he would start drop. Yeah, he would drop this homie, that homie. Like their wives are okay with it. Like why can't you? So it's just that generation culture is like that, and I witnessed that. And for the longest time, I didn't respect men. I didn't believe in marriage or love or anything like that. And I acted out like in a whole face, with every daddy issue girls out there. We got two options, OnlyFans, but OnlyFans wasn't available back then because I would have done it. It's either porn or comedy, and I chose comedy. So yeah, and it was ingrained in me that Asian men or not, like a Chinese man all cheat. And the wives have to be okay with it. And they'll use the excuse of, I'm working so hard out there providing the family. You think it's just drinking and having fun? We're doing some business deals and this and that. Oh, they're doing, the men are doing it for women, for their children. So it made me feel like, this is just all Chinese men, like all like Asian, like East Asian men, like they're all like that. That kind of fucked me up a little bit. And I felt, okay, now I have to seek outside of my culture and then find a man that kind of respects me, at least to tell me where he's going. And if he wants to fuck around, then, and then also the lack of communication. I feel
it's not healthy.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Korean older men are like that too. Like with Chinese older men are like that too. Like they just hold every emotion within. Now my dad is a lot better with physical touch and telling me that he loves me and then he just wants me to be happy. But when we didn't heal the relationship, yeah, he wouldn't talk. And if my mother and I got upset and I wanted to confront or, or like a regular family issues to talk about it. And he will say shit like in Chinese, this is so bad. I do love my father. It's
so bad, ending, okay.
but he would say shit like, oh, y'all bitches don't know this. Like I'm out there grinding, like you don't know, like you don't even know the half of it, like the struggles I have, like I have to work on my ego, my pride. It's like every time we want to bring up something, instead of communicate with us in a healthier way, he would just explode. And yeah, I'm stereotyping. I'm sure there are other men in all race act like this. It's not like an Asian man trait. Like Jackie Chan, when he got caught, and that just famous line he said all the press conference, and then because he cheated on his wife and then had a second family. Now it's like, okay, so what does like every celebrities do that. Why do you need a press conference for it? But anyways, that was back in the day in Hong Kong. And he famously said, I made the mistake of every single man on this planet. The underlying thing is like, just because everybody else is doing it and you think it's normal, and then it makes women feel like a bitch when we bring it up.
So that mentality, one, it's not fair. Because if it was the other way around, like, why do you get to do it? And as soon as your wife does it, they would flip their shit.
Yeah.
That is like logic to me, which, some men today, I've had some guy friends, well, maybe they're not, this when I was younger, because I don't really hang out with people who don't have integrity anymore, because it's my core value. But, with like cheating and stuff, like men can separate the physical better than women can. It doesn't mean anything. Bachelor parties, it's not a big deal. I'm like, it's not a big deal to you, but by you withholding that information from your partner, you're choosing, number one, you're not giving her a choice whether she wants to stay with you or not. Also, you need to flip it around. If it doesn't mean anything and she's fucking some other guy, then that would be fine with you, right? It's no big deal.
Yeah.
And so that part I don't get. Like, use your brain, okay? Like, and I feel like, I don't know if you have any sort of intelligence, just don't do shit that you wouldn't want done to you. And if you fuck up, own up to it. Mm-hmm. Self-responsibility. You make the bed you sleep in. You know what? If you don't want to be committed to one person, you don't have to be. Go fuck around and sleep with whoever you want to. Like, you do you. But you don't get to have the marriage and this over
have your
here.
Cake and eat it too.
Exactly. And then go fuck around. How selfish is that?
That aspect of my culture I don't really like. So that kind of pushed me want to try different race. Not just because I'm a hoe.
Well, I have a question though. Have you healed this relationship with Asian men, or what you thought all Asian men were like?
Oh yeah, like definitely. I've healed from that trauma. Generalization. I mean, in comedy, we need generalization to be funny, but like in real life, definitely. Like when I meet somebody, one-on-one, I'm not gonna just assume the worst of it. I'm older now, and I don't hold that resentment or hatred. And that I realized there are shitty men in every race, and that there are good men in every race. So that's pretty much like the bottom line of it. But I didn't gain that wisdom from the get-go. I held that resentment towards Asian men. Now, I've done the self-healing work and realized that, like everybody has, every race or every whatever culture has their own shitty things. That's it.
So let's talk about cultural differences. Yeah. Let's talk about your husband's family and his parents.
Yeah. Oh,
what's
Lord.
your experience and what have you learned after being with him?
Yeah. One thing that's just so loving of our culture is our parents always want to feed you, especially the mothers and the aunties and grandmas.
So loving.
Yeah, it's like that. That's their way of love language. And a way to apologize to us. They'll never say they're sorry, but it's like, hey, there's a whole bunch of, I cut some fruit for you, like soup and some shit. Yes,
that was, the live action Mulan. There's a scene at the end where the dad apologizes. Yeah. He says, I'm sorry. I'm like, this shit is not accurate. And I was watching it with my mom.
Yeah.
She checked out. She just like fell asleep with her mouth open. Like too much apologizing.
Because of that love want to take care of you, the downside of it, I guess, a different side of it is it can be like too much, and they don't know personal space. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I give birth to you. Yeah. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean personal space?
Yeah, for someone who values freedom, it's very difficult to be raised.
Yeah,
by Asian parents.
Yeah, and especially for y'all that are born here, like you have the American mindset of privacy, personal space, but the friction you have with your parents for like 100% made in China, as I raised and grew up in China. Like we didn't have the concept of personal space. It's like everybody grew up with their door, the bedroom door open. They
Yes.
can't lock the
Correct.
shit. All the mothers would like just read your diaries and shit.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
And it's not considered disrespectful.
Yeah, and the creativity of ass whooping, like the hangers, the belts,
Shit,
and the shoe, the
fe-
flippers.
feather duster. Oh my god.
Yeah, this might be like too old for like the new generations to know. The washboards.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because
I never got
yeah,
that
you
one,
didn't. Yeah, because back then, not every family has washing machine, and then the hand wash the shit. Y'all probably seen a K drama with all the ajimas doing that.
Wait, how did they use it? They just like
no, for
fucking
to
smack
kneel
you?
on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I have heard of something like that. Okay.
Just to clarify, I didn't get ass whooping. It is so surprising because I'm the only person in my friends group that didn't get beaten up by their parents.
Did you get spanked?
Spanked, yeah. But that's like a treat if you didn't use tools, you know. Yeah. But like all my friends will laugh. It's like, oh, that explains why you're like that. You should have got beaten.
God.
Yeah, this sounds like really bad. I have girlfriends who had their mother or father called them, "Are you going out like that? You're fucking whore." Mm-hmm. Like, why are you dressing like a call girl or something? Imagine that type of trauma.
Verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Traditional Asian parenting is verbally and emotionally abusive, if not physically abusive.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah. I definitely, I didn't get physically abused as much. Don't like, yeah, I feel so lucky. I didn't get whooped. a lot of like maybe passive aggressive comments were just kind of little thing here and there makes you feel like, both of my parents actually makes you feel like, oh, you're not good enough.
And that's classic.
Yeah, that's like,
that's all of us.
That's all of us. Is like we're always want to be productive and try to prove something. Like we don't even know like what are we proving. Like we can't even enjoy our achievements.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, with my mom still to this day, like I need to wake up early.
Yeah.
I put it on myself. Just say if she doesn't even say anything to me, I feel it. I need to get my ass up. Pete's parents is the first time I've experienced in my life parents that actually respect their children. I've never experienced that. And they don't criticize. Like, I can actually be me. Relax. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to go to dinner with them. It's you do you. There's nothing is taken personally. They don't put any pressure like you should do this, you should do that. They actually respect their kids. And I've never known that because most of my friends' parents, actually Asian or not, usually parents can be a little unreasonable, think like they're always right and things like that. His parents are not like that. We went on a cruise last month to Antarctica, so we spent 2 weeks with them. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like
to be normal,
to be normal and have be in a healthy family. And my mom's always like, she cares so much what other people think, right? Like, how are you going to make me look? So I was always super anxious about that. But I get why they think that because they do. The other family, they do gossip and they do point fingers and, so-and-so's, kid, they do criticize. So I get why she thinks like that. But not every family is like that.
Yeah.
But they only know what they know. She's never seen a family that's not like that, right? She grew up with that. So of course that's all she knows. But it's been such a gift to experience what a healthy family dynamic's like, where I could feel like I could be me. Like I don't have to be on. I don't have to be super polite. I'm naturally, I think of like a good person, I would consider, so I could be loved for just being me. Oh my God.
What a
concept.
Yeah, it's so refreshing, right? Yeah, with my husband's parents are like that too. I think that's one of the reasons he was able to get out of that North Korea, America. Yeah, like even though he grew up in trailers and all that, people around him all doing pills and stuff. And he didn't because he is raised on love. He had both of his parents and they didn't have any money. and they were, worried about, next meal or where to live. And at one point, their house got burned down too. But what's molded him into a healthy man is parents' love, unconditional, supportive love. And yeah, that's refreshing. It's like, it really doesn't matter what kids don't need your money or material things. They need your presence to, spend time with them and just feeling love and safe. It doesn't really matter. Like, even if it's in a tent out on, street, as long as you feel loved, and you can still have good chance to grow up and have a healthy mindset, in which he does, because he was raised on love. He's very healthy when it comes to communicating and setting an example, showing me what a healthy person acts like when there's problem and stress. Because it's all, like a rosy and happy when things going in your way. But what really tests a person's characters are like, fucking shit hits the fan. Yes. And that's when the true color shows.
You want to see that.
Yeah.
When you're dating.
Oh, yeah. I always act very ugly when, things don't go in my way. I either like blame other people. That was the old me. Not anymore. But yeah, I used to get upset with other people. And I realized, oh shit, like I became my father. And that scared me a little bit.
Yeah, if you're not conscious, we do become our parents if you're not conscious about it and don't make an intention to want to change some things. Yeah. I feel we're on autopilot, that whatever they're modeling for us, we become. I am turning into my mom. Mm-hmm. And there's aspects I love about her, and there's also some aspects that I know impacted me as a child. If we ever have kids, I would be like, okay, note to self, don't do that.
Yeah.
So with Pete, I like some of the values I love about him. He's very patient. He's very kind. I would say salt of the earth. Not critical at all, not judgmental. Similar to your husband, he shows by example, because anyone I think who would try to correct me or criticize me, I don't respond well to that. And naturally in me, because of the ways that I was raised, I can be very critical as well. So I have to learn to zip it, but it still comes out sometimes. I'm really lucky Pete's not sensitive. He's not. Have you ever dated a super sensitive guy?
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult. It's like walking on eggshells, and especially if you, with our personalities, I can't feel like I have to hold my tongue all the time, where it's not natural.
Yeah.
Right? It has to feel relaxed. That's a sign, I think, of a good relationship, or you've met someone who is good for you. One of the signs is your nervous system is relaxed. You feel relaxed.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. If you feel anxious all the time, and probably some like you need to work on yourself. Like I mentioned, because of my father and then all the male figures have failed to set up a good marriage example, I didn't respect men. And I would date and wouldn't really, like I didn't respect them. So I didn't take the relationship serious. And also the downside of not respect the person you're with, it hurts you back too. There are times where I definitely dated some real nice men, but because I wasn't healed, I would assume the worst of them if they didn't reply my message or just hang out with female friends. I would assume the worst of it because I believed all men cheat. All men are trash. Like, oh, like fuck men. But when you have that mentality, you're going to fuck up all of your relationships.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, like I've seen this group on TikTok. I really like them. It's a bunch of teenagers talking about relationship issues. I find funny. Anyway, so the girls, they were talking, they've all been cheated on. And then they have to assume the worst to protect themselves. Even if they try to put the guard down, the men always cheat again. So it's like the feedback loop is very negative. You're in this what's the word?
Like hamster wheel?
Something like that. It's like, oh, all men cheat, and then this man cheat. See, like all men cheat, and then or you
Self-fulfilling
self-fulfilling.
prophecy.
Yeah. You're smart about that. Yes, like that, and you self-sabotage, and you assume he's gonna cheat, and then you looks at his phone, and then he did talk to some girls, and without even talking to him. You just sabotage all your relationships. And that was me. I'm sure like I missed a lot of good men because I wasn't healed.
I have a question. When you met your husband around that time, were you open to dating Asian guys as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it just happened that
Yeah.
you met
I
him.
was, yeah.
You
I
met
was
him
actu-
overseas in Beijing.
Yeah.
Whoa. What was he doing over there?
Oh, we worked on a project together. His company and my company, we were doing a project together, and I was the liaison between the two companies. That's how we met. Like I shit where I ate, where I shit. What's the phrase? Like don't eat where you shit. Something
Shit where
like,
you eat.
yeah. Like I just don't like. Don't fuck your coworkers.
Does he like all things Asian? Is he one of those guys?
Not really.
Okay.
That's one thing I liked about him.
Yeah.
I
Asian girls
didn't.
don't like that in general.
Yeah,
I
he's.
feel like at least the smart ones.
Yeah. Like I've definitely dated people who I kind of like.
Fetishize?
Yeah, no, fetishize. It's like very interested in Chinese culture or Asian culture in general. But like I feel like the white men or women, whatever, outside of our race who are really interested in our culture knows more than
It's
knows more.
almost like an unhealthy interest. I think an interest is fine. There's
Yeah.
cultures that are not mine that I find very interesting and I respect. But when they're really, it almost becomes like obsessive. I had an ex like that who's a really good guy, but it does come off creepy.
Yeah.
And every woman he dated was Asian.
I see.
And well, now he's married. I'm always rooting for him. He's my favorite ex, like such a good guy. But I always told him, like I would tease him in the beginning, like you're an Asia-phile. And at first he thought it was funny, but after a while it made him really insecure that I would tease him about it so much. But like he'd get his hair cut like at the Japanese salon. And like, I mean, granted, Japanese people, they do cut hair better, okay? But every little thing kind of triggered me because because I know he had dated a couple Asians before me as well. I always question, I'm like, can you tell the difference between me and another Asian girl? Or is it just is the first thing that draws you to someone is because they're Asian? When it's like that, I'm personally uncomfortable with that. That's like me choosing my husband because he's white. He
I
just
see.
happens to be white. And so anyways, this guy he dated even after me, we stayed good friends because we always had mutual respect. And I had this inkling, I'm like, I think the person you're going to marry though isn't going to be Asian. And he got married eventually she's Jewish. They just had a baby. I'm so happy for them. But I don't know. I just had this feeling like there's also like the values of like how you grow up and all that too.
There is a difference between like fetishizing and really just prefer Asian women. Preference, yeah. Like to me, I don't like it feels like, a man has a type. Some men like titties, some men like ass, and or certain features. That's okay.
It is okay.
But the fetishization then
where's that line?
Yeah. I feel, I don't know if I watch too much movies or porn, but I feel if, he's like, get on your knees and, wear your traditional Asian shit. Like, I don't want you to dress in any other way but your, Asian getup. Then that maybe that's a too extreme example, but I'm sure there are men out there that are like that. Like, they don't care who you are, but just because you're Asian. I'm sure that's bad. But if it's just preference, that's okay.
And it can go the other way around too, because I think for Asian women, some do date guys, they just look for a white guy. And that can be really creepy when it's like that. Like, oh, I only like the Ryan Gosling type, you know? And they'll just completely, they will not date. Asians are like, I don't find Asian guys attractive. Da-da. I'm like, why are you so closed off? Like, maybe you have a preference, but sometimes it might surprise you. And some of the women I know who would say things like that, like I had an Indian friend and she said, like, I'm not going to marry an Indian guy.
Yeah.
She ends up marrying an Indian guy. They're so close. There's something you're closed off to about yourself. And I think being open to love. Like, who the fuck cares what it looks like if you're happy?
Exactly.
Like, why are you trying to, like, Tetris this perfect of what you think that you want your life to look like? But if you're happy, you're happy. So why don't you just stay open? And I do that when I coach women on dating and relationships. I have a book, by the way. It's called Show Up, Finding Love for Independent Women, available on Amazon. But I see that a lot. I'm like, are you even open? And I can tell really quick whether someone is or not. Because if you're not, good luck dating and finding that person with that kind of mindset. Just stay open. I'm not saying force yourself to like make out with someone you're not attracted to. It's not that. Just stay open and get to know people. That's it.
Most of my friends, and including myself, like you end up with marrying a guy that you didn't think that you would in the beginning. And you have your like
Yes.
checklist.
Absolutely. Does your husband look how you thought your future husband would look?
Not at all.
What did you think your future husband would look like?
When I was younger, you know, I was like the celebrity type and, tall, handsome, has a lot of money, good manner, all that, the perfect thing. But as you get older and then you learn lessons from all your past relationships, the most important thing are the values, the core characters of this person. Yeah. And everything, the appearance or status or what kind of job or car he drives is irrelevant. Like you said, why limit yourself, right? Like, especially for men. Damn, like you're lucky to be in America. You got all kinds of race, like all kinds of women you can date. There are pretty women in every race.
Yes.
Just, go after them and, talk to them. Like, why limit yourself to one particular race? Yeah. Women are beautiful. A lot of sexy women in different races. If I was a bro, I wouldn't settle down. I would try all the flavors. I'm sure they are men in all race want to gatekeep their women. But I mean, they're fucking losers. You won't need to listen to them. You feel like it's like we're not your Asian women. We're just us. Like, we're not Asian man's Asian women. We're not white man's Asian women. We're just us.
Women.
Yeah.
Regular women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not. I mean, if you're happy, I'm always like, do what makes you happy. So if you're a woman and you are in a relationship like that, where you like to be submissive and you're genuinely happy, you do you. I think I draw the line at mutual respect, though. For a healthy relationship, there should be mutual respect. And also power dynamics. When there's an imbalance of power dynamics, I don't think that's healthy either. Unless you have some sort of fetish, like there's some people who are usually into like the dom stuff, but they seem happy. I saw an interview with a couple like that where she was his slave. Ooh. But the respect was there. It was just that power dynamic. They both really liked it. So I'm like, you do you.
Exactly.
I mean, grow up in the States and the time that we live in. I mean, I like the opportunities that women get. I like being ambitious. I like making my own money. Some guys don't like that, and that's fine. I'm going to look for a guy who really loves and respects that. And that's Pete. And for a while, I was like, are there any guys out there who would be okay with this? Where are they? And when I got clear on who I was, showing up as myself, loving myself as I was, I started to date better, attract better, choose better. I met Pete and all his friends are like him. Good, but I couldn't see them before. I couldn't see them when I was unhealed. I didn't know how to show up in a way to, attract them, or even, I would probably dismiss them as like, oh, they're too nice, something like that. But all his friends married very ambitious
Women.
directors, professional dancers, like touring the world. And they're super, just like Pete, very grounded, very secure. They actually have more of the skills and personality to like take care of the home better. Like, because they like being at home. They like that stability. And Pete's very stable. Some people think like, oh God, stable, boring. I've never heard anyone say, I would really like someone unstable. But
They don't say it, but
they don't say it,
date
but,
like
but
that,
what they
yeah.
choose is someone who's fucking unstable.
Yeah.
And maybe when you're really young and it's short term, fine.
Yeah,
Go for that.
when you're young, the toxic relationship gets you fired up, and sex was good
'Cause you
and
got
all
the
that.
energy.
Yeah, got the energy. You kind of addicted to that, or maybe had some personal issues growing up with daddy issues or mommy issues too, that drawn them into toxic relationships. And
But it's what's familiar to
it's
them.
what's familiar. Oh, okay, so that's love.
Yeah.
But that's not. When I first met my husband, I felt very easy, effortless, and then just kind of there. And I thought that was boring as shit. Like, I didn't think this would last or go anywhere.
And here you are
Just-
11 years later.
Exactly. Like, and I realized, oh, okay, so this is healthy. Like, naturally, we just trust each other. And I have a lot of friends that are male and female, and he never give me shit about, oh, I'm hanging out with this guy friend, and he just, yeah, sure. And he has female friends too. I don't know, it's just a mutual respect and then trust.
And safety. You
Safety,
feel safe
yeah.
with the person.
Never once I felt unsafe when he's out on a business trip or anything like that. But yeah, it's got nothing to do with his skin color or anything. Like, he could be, I don't know, anything. Like, he could be gray and purple, to be honest. Like, all the Star Wars shit, like, I can fuck a freak looking, monster. It don't matter. So core values. Anyways, we're moving towards, player one type of reality, virtual reality. Imagine type of creatures we can all date. You feel? It's like,
Oh my God, we're going to see more of those fetishes
like,
come
yeah,
out.
yeah. It's like that. It don't matter. He could, have some fucked up face or whatever, but the core values is what make me attracted to him. That can last longer. I mean, last longer. That's what she said. But yeah, for the relationship to work into and then get into a deeper, meaningful
Yes.
relationship, and that's more valuable than anything else to me.
If you would like to meet your life partner, what advice would you give to young women?
Especially young women who have been hurt from the past relationships or didn't have a good father figure on what a good man is, usually get into abusive relationships and can't really get out, and then think that that's all you're good for. Because for me, I closed up myself. I didn't give all. I associated love, true love, with deep trauma and getting hurt from it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really love anybody. To me back then, we're kind of like, pastime toys. Like, I feel bored, let's jump into this relationship. He gave me attention. Let's give it a try. And in the back of my head, I always wanted out. And when there was a confrontation or I saw something I didn't like, as simple as didn't put a what you call this? Coaster. I didn't put a glass on a coaster. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Because I didn't allow myself to feel the full experience. Fighting and open communication is a part of it too. And I avoided all that, and I took the easy way out, which was, okay, what's the next dick? Because there's always going to be, dicks. You feel? My advice to young women is don't jump into relationship right away, and don't use the next man as your healing process. A dick is like an oxy. It makes you forget about the pain from your last relationship and you just need more oxys. You feel? but then when you do that a lot, it really fucks up your mind, because those men, 9 out of 10 don't really give a fuck about you. And when you meet a nice man, you wouldn't even realize, oh, like this is real love, and you will fuck that up too. So at the end of the day, whatever your self-fulfilling prophecy is gonna fucking hurt you. Like, I didn't get that as a young woman, but I took my self-healing journey. Basically, whatever you believe, whatever you send out, it's always gonna come back to you. Try your hardest to allow yourself to be open, and then trust yourself that you have the courage to get hurt, to heal from it. That's the only way to gain confidence. Self-love is also believe yourself that you can allow yourself to get hurt, and you can also heal yourself. And the vulnerabilities to love, because it's scary. To love somebody is fucking scary. It's like, here is my heart, and you just, handed your heart to somebody, and they can do whatever to it. It's scary, but that's a necessary thing to do to find your true love. Yes, you may get hurt, but
That's part of it.
that's part of it. But just believe in yourself. You can heal from it, and then you build your confidence from that courage. I feel like confidence doesn't come from just, I'm the baddest bitch, and like it's shit, like I feel good. It's kind of surface level. Yes. Courage comes from bravery, like doing things and allowing yourself, expose yourself to risks and still come back from it. That's what true courage is. It's a beautiful thing to be vulnerable, and you will never. No, I won't say never. It's difficult to find meaningful, deep relationship without getting vulnerable and expose yourselves to risk.
Learning to be vulnerable is very difficult.
For me,
I mean, I continually have to work on it. I think especially for, again, our personality types. But it's funny, the advice you gave. I feel like men do that more. The bypassing of because with my guy friends, and a lot of them, because they don't know how to deal, they're not that comfortable sitting with emotions or even know what they're feeling. So a lot of times when they go through a breakup and stuff, they start fucking someone else really fast, like doing not the true healing work. I'm like, are you okay, buddy? They're like, yeah, I'm fine. And they realize down the road, none of that helps with the healing. It's just a distraction. And it's funny because I know there are women who do that as well. But I think the healing's a big part of it. That's a whole nother conversation and episode. Right. But I talk about in my book, like, if you want to, some women ask, how do I stop being attracted to this kind of guy? Like the emotionally unavailable type of guy, for example. I said, you need to heal. Because once you heal, who you're attracted to will change, and you'll see things differently. If I didn't do the healing work, I wouldn't have seen my husband. But because over a course of 5 to 6 years, what sparked my healing journey was I got cheated on. It kind of opened up all my pain points from childhood, which was such a blessing, which forced me to do the work on myself. And the timing was just right. And I saw him. There was something different about him. So the healing work, and I think learning to be gentle on yourself is another one that you're just learning. Because I'd be really hard on myself. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Is there something wrong with me? What the fuck am I doing? So, and you learn that probably by maybe how your parents spoke to you, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I had to reparent myself to be gentle with myself. Like, I'm trying to learn here. I'm dating and I'm learning. And very few people talk about how shitty it feels when you're going through it. It's not easy. And that's one of the reasons I wrote my book, because there's a lot of how-tos out there, what you should do. But when you're going through it, especially when you're a very capable person who, is good at their career. I have friends. I have good hobbies. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why can't I get this one sliver of my life, which is the romantic aspect, to work? So I had to dive into that. And another piece of advice I would give is get really clear on not only what you want, but what you need, because those two don't always match up. You might want the type A entrepreneurial guy, but if you are type A yourself, a lot of times, like, that is not in the long term compatible emotionally. That's this
Like your
is
parents, huh?
again, that's a generalization. Yeah, my mom's very like tiger mom, dragon lady. My dad, he plays the nice guy. He's very calm, so I'm like my dad a lot in ways, but he is actually very difficult. He is extremely stubborn and difficult. Yeah, so what you want compared to what you need. And so a lot of the women that I know who are more type A, free-spirited, it's not coincidence that their husbands, a lot of the qualities are the same because there is a compatibility there. If you go too much off, sometimes I talk, well, I live in LA, like the spiritual talk, like, oh, but we were lovers in a past life, or we connect in the 5D, like whatever talk. I'm not denying all that horoscope, whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, look at what's in front of you. You might have a connection to this person, but what the fuck is in front of you? Great, you're connected up there, right here. He has no integrity. Like what the fuck are you doing? It's not going to work. And also, when you date, stay open and curious. That's when you are in a good headspace to connect with people in general. Maybe it's not your life partner, but you will just connect to people.
Yeah.
And that's such a lovely gift in of itself.
The whole time you were talking, I'm thinking of an analogy to say, like jumping from dick to dick. You think it kind of distracts you from that pain. It's not a good way. It will come back to you. You make your girlfriends go, why him? Like, you know? But
it's always easy to see from the outside.
Yeah, it's
what
easier to. Yeah, I've definitely been the other side of all my girlfriends. Like, what the fuck are you wrong? But so no judgment here. It's just sharing experience. When I was younger, definitely like I have guys that lines up. It's like guy 1 to 5. Like you always know somebody that can always. But those are the nice guys. You feel like I've definitely hurt some real good men because I took advantage of the fact that they like me a lot, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be vulnerable. I wasn't I still didn't believe in love, and I kind of just used the men. That's why I guess all the bro, pod is calling women hypocriticals and shit because women cheat and women hurt nice guys too. It's like, oh, you ask for a nice guy, and then when nice guy presents him, you agree, Jimmy? Yeah, and then when a nice guy presents himself and you just fucking stomp on him, like just break his heart. It's like a hurt man, or hurt people. Yeah. It's gonna come back to you, and it's not gonna be pretty sight. You're either gonna just go full-blown slut, which I don't agree with that. Women, we're liberated. Yeah, I don't think sleep around is a good way to heal. But for some people, it's a kind of necessary journey to come out of it.
It's part of their process. So
exactly.
No judgment on that. Everyone's on their own time.
Exactly. And you kind of have to go through, I guess, mistakes to learn the lesson yourself. Mm-hmm. That's why I have females that are a lot younger. And I see that they are doing the same bullshit I did back then and the same mentality I had back then. I try to hold back of giving advice
unless they ask.
Unless they ask, and then and then still half of them don't listen.
You don't. When you're in that space, you don't
exactly.
Listen to shit.
I definitely went through that phase. I have to work over my own criticism and judgment of others, and I feel everybody is on their own journey, and you kind of have to eat shit to learn the lesson. And it's hard for people who really love you
to
watch you go through that. But sometimes that's what unconditional love and support is let you be you, do all the stuff, wild shit you do. And I'm always going to be here to support you. What? Shit. Okay.
I think it's time to let's close up this episode.
You should do a flashlight. It's like time is up. We're counting down.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
that was fun.
Take a break.
Oh, stop. Okay.
Stop.
You don't need to close it out.